The Bo-Katan Mand'alor event is actually pretty difficult, but don't you worry, never fear, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy Scribble is here to hold your hand throughout the entire process so you can get shiny new Bo-Katan. Let's do this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So there are 4 tiers to this event. The first one starts off with Kelleran Beq. Now, I am using an account that does have a Relic 9 Kelleran Beq, but you don't need Relic 9 Kelleran Beq, okay? Higher relic levels, R7 is the minimum. The more relic investment you have, the easier it will be, because this event is no joke, all right? Really, the Sabered Hand Zeta is super valuable. It gives you a revive mechanic, and the amount of damage output that these clones have in this first wave is quite significant. I don't think wasting Zetas, or I don't think placing Zetas on Kelleran Beq is a waste at all. He is phenomenal as a character. You really do want to try and have this Sabered Hand unique, and actually I think the Jedi Bravery one is good. The damage output is phenomenal. You don't need his leadership Zeta for this one, but you will want it elsewhere. When it comes to modding, ladies and gentlemen, you want to have as much protection as possible and try and get him nice and quick. That protection is going to be converted into Padawan's Lessons, which is how he deals all of his damage. So let's check out this first phase right now. We're essentially going up against a 501st clone team in a different skin. All right, so what we've got here is we've got Captain Rex, we've got Echo, I believe, 2 Echoes, essentially. You've got an ARC Trooper and 5s, okay? You want to start off with the first special, targeting 5s. Obviously, if you kill the others, he's going to sacrifice and they're going to gain a bunch of stats. So let's go straight after them, and then you sit back and read a book, because you're not going to take a turn for about 12 years. Thankfully, all these counterattacks are coming into play. You see, we've got 22 stacks right now. I think it's Padawan's Lessons. Yeah, Padawan Lessons, which is giving us defense pen, and it's giving us true damage. And true damage? What am I talking about? It's giving us additional offense, not true damage. I was thinking bow. There we go. We got rid of 5s. Now, I would recommend going after Rex next, because you do not want him hitting that, excuse me, that aerial advantage. Okay, you can see it over here. Oh, actually, I don't think he does. Yeah, he's got a slightly different one. Okay, so we triggered the sacrifice there. That's why it's important to have that Zeta. Get rid of him, and then I'll just focus next on the Echoes, as it were. Obviously, the counterattacks are going to do the lion's share of the business. We'll get lots of attacks out of turn here. 1 and 2, and you're dead. Great. So tier 1 is really not so bad. It is a little bit of a mod check, a little bit of a Zeta check, but as long as you can pass those 2 thresholds, you should be absolutely fine. No problems here in the first wave. Jobs are good. Let's move on to phase 2. So phase 2 is going to be using Paz Vizla, and this one is a little bit trickier, ladies and gentlemen. Again, modding, you want your Paz to be super chonky, and try to get him at least 300 speed. From what I've seen and in my testing, 300 speed is kind of a minimum that you want for him for this event. You are going to want to have his Vengeful Incineration Zeta over here, which is rather nice. It gives him additional protection up 50% and retribution for 2 turns whenever he uses this ability, and does 30% more damage per stack of overheat. Very useful. Let's go check out this first wave. It is a little bit on the tricky side. Coffee is important. There we go, my boy Paz stepping into the business, and this is essentially just like some Hut Cartel-esque characters. Nothing too worrisome. We're going to start off with Burning. We're going to have a decent amount of potency on him to make sure we land those explosives, land those staggers, and that Burning. They're obviously going to cleanse because they're rude, and it's just a case of tanking it out. Tanking it out. Look at all those debuffs. Try to make sure you've got some decent potency on your boy Paz, and then just work down one character at a time. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So like I said, speed, try to get him like at least 300 speed. Keep him nice and tanky, and try, if you can, put some potency on this boy so he's going to be landing those debuffs. It's a beautiful thing to behold. Let's go. AoEs. Lovely. They do have quite a bit of survivability, which is a little bit annoying, but once you kill a unit or 2, it's not too bad from there. There we go. Keep it going. Keep it going. All right, burning out on the AoE. Easy money, ladies and gentlemen. Not a problem at all. You guys will be absolutely fine when this event comes back round. Let's go and take a look at phase 3, and this is where things get really interesting. So, when it comes to Phase 3, this is where the game actually gets pretty difficult. The event is a little bit tricky. I've gone for masses of defense on my BAM, sacrificing quite a bit of his offense. He's 267, so not stupid fast, 9.6k offense, and 70.8% armor. Now, IG-12 and Grogu, you do want his Zeta, you also want him to be thick, lots of max health, and lots of speed, like loads of speed. That speed, every time he takes a turn, he's going to be healing up BAM, and we need that survivability. It's less about trying to kill the enemy down as it is about surviving the onslaught of damage. All right, so let's jump in. The aim of the game is to get through like 4 waves of units. Most important is to get that defense up on BAM, okay? So you get that from using the first special from IG-12 and Grogu. So use that whenever it is available, and everything will be hunky-dory. You'll see that IG-12 and Grogu is super, super survivable. I'm not going to go into Whistling Birds here. We're just going to basic right now. Lovely jubbly. You see they're just sort of barely tickling us right now. That's what we're looking for. The dots that we put on them also help deal massive amounts of damage to the enemy. Just basic. Obviously, you don't want to use the event special ability here to advance waves while there are still 2 people alive. That's not very useful to us. Excuse me. All right, so DI when you can. See, they've got 5 dots on them at the moment, which is absolutely enormous. It will do a great amount of damage to them. Just take it low and slow and let the enemy kill themselves. It will be very, very useful. The attacks out of turn, obviously very useful. Placing that health down, is it? No, heal immunity, sorry. Alright, you can see we're able to survive the onslaught of hits, simply because we've got so much armor that it becomes very difficult for the enemy to actually hurt us. Lovely jubbly. It's just basic here. Great. On to the next one. Let's get that defense up. You can see our survivability. We're all the way back up to 100% health again. No problems at all here. Just basic. I'm only going to use the second special from IG-12 and Grogu when there are multiple enemies, and usually during the first wave. We want to make sure we've always got defense up on our BAM. That's the most important part, because that's what really improves our survivability here. There we go. I will go ahead and place that out there. Might as well throw this, see if we can land the stun. Beautiful. Did get the stun. And lots of attacks out of turn there. Let's keep that defense up rolling. Just another basic here. See, we've got 5 debuffs on them, 5 damage over times rather, which is very, very nice. Obviously, he's cleansed now, but that's okay because we've done most of the damage. There we go. 1 is down. Again, we're not going to go into Whistling Birds. I don't feel like it provides value in this particular event. Not in this phase, anyway. So, ability block and heal immunity. That potency coming through for us once again. Alright. We're able to tank the incoming hits because of all that defense that we have. And IG-12 and Grogu is just there to keep us alive, call assists, put heal immunity out, and all that good business. All that good business. Lovely. So I wouldn't recommend, obviously, modding your BAM for lots of protection. Health is obviously more important because that's what IG-12 and Grogu can actually recover for you. Looks like this Armored Commando is going to go down any second now. That's oh, good. So when we go into the next wave, we will have our DI ability available to us. Let's see. Now, we could take a risk it for the biscuit here. Try and land a stun. Hopefully, it's the one that goes first, so he misses his turn. 3. Lovely. I love all those attacks out of turn. Let's get that DI up and running. Beautiful. Now we can get our, excuse me, our defense up, which is going to increase our armor once again. IG-12 and Grogu, as you can see, is not really in danger of dying. And we're just going to tank the hits through our DI. Come on. It might be valuable to try and throw some potency on BAM so you can land that, land those dots. And calling to assist. Obviously, they've got 100% counter chance, I feel. Is it 100%? Yeah, 100% counter chance. So having a slower BAM is actually not too bad, because IG-12 and Grogu only ever calls to assist. So he's never going to trigger a counter attack. So the fewer turns that your BAM takes is probably probably in your interest, truth be told. Yeah, let's keep people alive for now, even though I probably should have saved that DI for later on, for the next wave, to try and make sure that we can tank the upcoming damage. But maybe that won't be an issue for us. Lovely. Keep that armor up, or defense up, available. Yep, okay, we're going to go through to the final wave now against the final stack of units. Now, this can be a little bit dicey if they decide to focus down on BAM out the rip for that first attack wave, but hopefully that isn't the case. And that defense up and extra armor helping us survive absolutely marvelously. Now, we should have this available to us now. Yep, giving us that defense up once again, and then we can go into DI. Next turn, we should be able to kick off a stun as well, which would be great. Oh, no. One more turn. One more turn yet. Again, if they attack IG-12 and Grogu, it shouldn't be an issue. Now, this is obviously slower than if you went for a full offense route, but I do find this, in my experience, modding for defense just made this a lot more manageable. Just takes a little bit longer, but much, much safer. Let's stun this guy because he's about to take the next turn. Beautiful. And now we can focus on the other commando. Try and finish him off. Hopefully, yeah, get that defense up. That's what I'm looking for. Lovely jubbly. Ooh, see, now it's tempting to just... Now, let's play it safe. Just play it safe. Because all it takes is one little misstep. And they can just start, you know, plinking away at you very, very quickly. But that does it, in my experience, with as much success rate as you are going to find. All right? Marvelous. Marvelous. Moving on then to the final wave against Beskar Armor Gideon. So, final wave, we're going up against Beskar Armor Gideon, and there are some unique aspects to this battle, okay? You get given a Bo-Katan Mand'alor for this event, so you can't influence the modding or anything like that for her. You use your standard IG-12 and Grogu, and the same BAM as usual. Now, I've left that defense modding on there because, trust me, this Beskar Armor Gideon is a monster. You can just have an opener where he'll just double tap your BAM and he'll die instantly. Like, nothing you can do about it. So I've kept the defense going there because really what you want to be able to do is survive. We need to try and build up plenty of stacks as soon as possible. All right. So we want to get that Ancestral Resolve going because we cannot actually hurt Gideon unless he's got Armor Shred or unless it's with true damage. So we actually do want to go into Whistling Bird stance here. All right. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to your BAM. Do you see how quickly he dropped? That's even with a bunch of defense. So as we did the Whistling Birds, we had 3 stacks over there, and that's given us 3 stacks, or gone up from 3 to 4 stacks of Ancestral Resolve. Super, super valuable, okay? Now, second special from Bo-Katan, Reinforcements Have Arise. Deal physical damage to target enemy, dispel all debuffs from Mando allies, and call them all to assist twice, dealing 50% less damage, and all gain 3 stacks of Ancestral Resolve. That is what we are looking for, okay? This first special over here is nice because it inflicts Armor Shred, but we really want that Ancestral Resolve running because that's going to increase our survivability massively, all right? Now, I'm going to put that defense up on BAM because if you lose BAM, it's immediate game over. Like, you're just done. Like, that's it. Ready, Benny, Abagaveni. All right? So, try to keep him alive. Once you start stacking up that Ancestral Resolve to decent amounts of stacks, you can see Bo-Katan is more or less the only person dealing damage right now, then you actually start to survive. Get the Armor Shred on him. Wonderful. All right, let's, once again, I think we will, yeah, let's just get the defense up for now. Let's try and keep our survivability going. Survivability is key. As you can see, he just does crazy, crazy levels of damage. Let's see. Yeet. Get that true damage rolling. It's going to stack up our Ancestral Resolve. Perfect. Let's get the DI out there as well. Beautiful. And once again, calling in, get that defense up. We'll go into Whistling Birds. Whistling Birds, funnily enough, is actually very important. If you can pair this up with Bo-Katan's second special to call lots of mass assists, even better. 6 stacks of Whistling Birds. We're up to 25 stacks right now. Beautiful. He is going to survive a lot, but the important thing, like I said, is for us to actually get to that point where we've got lots of Ancestral Resolve it helps our survivability, because each and every stack of that is giving us stacking 2% defense and more max health, which is phenomenal. Okay, let's get that armor shred on Gideon right now. If we can time this out, that we can use her second special alongside Bam being in Whistling Bird stance, then you can actually gain a lot of stacks of Whistling Bird. Okay, that's what we're looking for right now. We want Bam to be inside his Whistling Bird stance when we use that second special. So let's try it out. Okay, let's use the call to assist here. It looks like Bo is actually not fast enough to actually take a turn before Bam goes again, but still, 7 stacks, boom, 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 boom. Gideon is nearly dead. Absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, again, I highly recommend that if you are going to do this, mod your Bam for defense, not offense, okay? It's all about survivability, not about the damage output. That will come organically through those stacks of Ancestral Resolve, and in the previous phase, it's just about those debuffs, okay? Getting those dots on there, getting the survivability, not using Whistling Birds in Phase 3, but definitely use it in Phase 4. And that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. That is your Bo-Katan Mand'alor event done and dusted with the help of your bald-headed boy Scribble. If that's not worth a like and subscribe, then I don't know what is. Alright, guys. I will see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.